What is going on, comic fans? Welcome back to the channel. I'm here today with my top 10 new comic picks for March 13th. New Comic Day gets here quicker than you realize, so it's always important to look ahead, see what you're looking forward to, and go ahead and get your list prepared. That's what I've done today. If you want to see what's on my list compared to yours, don't go anywhere. Let's get into it. Definitely like to give you a shout out to Big Time Collectibles. Be sure to check them out online. Follow them on social media. Find them at their website. They're always doing amazing things. And if you need anything clean to press, my boy Justin over on Instagram has got you covered. You can find the links to all of the fantastic sponsors in the description of my videos, including ABX Comics and Games, my local LCS here, where I have my pool list where I pick up all my new comic book day books, where all these books that are on this list will be acquired from. But be sure to check out the sponsors listed below. And I do want to remind everybody that Comics Curing Cancer 2024 is officially underway. You can find all the information you need at the C3 Instagram page. Be on the lookout. We have tons of big announcements throughout the year planned leading up to the big event. The biggest one being currently is that we will be at Heroes Convention. Rob's Fat Sacks of Comics, DJ Links, and myself will be tabling at booth number 1769, and we'll have some really cool stuff there. So if you're going to Heroes, which I know you are, so be sure to swing by the table, say hey to all of us. So let's get into it. It's a fantastic week for comics. 10 solid picks, a little bit from all the different publishers here. I was happy to see it's kind of not just a 100% DC week. First up on the list, we're going with, there it is, Jason Aaron's Action Comics. This is issue number 1063. So this is the new Superman Superstar era for Action Comics, the post Philip Kennedy Johnson era. Inside of this, we've been seeing a fantastic Bizarro story with him being an opposite to Superman. They're playing with the idea of focusing on the magic aspect. Magic has always been a weakness for Superman, so it's a strength for Bizarro. He's pretty much taken over and poisoned the entirety of Metropolis, and it's spreading out into the world beyond that. So it's taken a bunch of other heroes to step in, try to help out. The other magic users can't seem to stop it. Batman can't contain it. It seems everybody is being poisoned and turning into a Bizarro form of themselves. It's taking everything Superman has, pushing himself to the limits to keep anyone from dying or hurting themselves, or all kinds of craziness happening through Metropolis. I'm excited to see how this plays out. We'll really get to see how this run will play out with this issue, or right after this issue. So these are the 3-issue story that Jason Aaron is doing, and I believe after this one, we're supposed to be changing creators for the next story to be told by somebody else. It's still a linear Superman tale being told, but we're switching creators every 3 issues to bring us a dynamic whammy-bammy kind of story. So I was really impressed so far with this. John Timms on the art has absolutely crushed it. I'm not sure if they're changing artist or just writer. We'll have to check out next month to find out. Next up on the list, this is a huge one right here. Transformers issue number 6, Skybound Comics. Dana Warren Johnson writing and illustrating Transformers was the dream of a lifetime. This has been fantastic. And this is the final issue to the first story arc. It says that heroes, some will rise, some will fall, and some will not make it at all through the issue. We'll see how this first arc really plays out. The cover doesn't look too good for Optimus Prime, but it's been a rough story for Autobots and Decepticons all around in this one. Daniel Warren Johnson will continue writing Transformers, but will be switching to a brand new artist with issue number 7. The entire Energon universe, all 3 books from Transformers, Duke to Cobra Commander, are all can't miss comics. They are so fun. Highly recommend checking out all 3 of those titles. Next up, man, oh man, cover of the year artist Steve Beach is back with Green Lantern issue number 9. This is Jeremy Adams' ongoing title, focusing on Hal Jordan Green Lantern. We know that the Earth has been quarantined by the United Planets. We know that Hal has a ring that materialized out of nowhere pretty much. And in this issue, we're going to be kind of figuring out some answers to more of these questions that this entire run started with. I think they're focusing primarily on where does Hal's ring come from. Also, we're getting brand new backup stories that started last month's issue, where we're focusing on the expanded cast of the Green Lanterns. This issue, we're supposed to be getting Jessica Cruz and Simon Baz, I believe. Last week, we got some Kyle Rayner goodness, but it looks like they're getting the band back together. We're really expanding the Green Lantern mythos really fast. We were kind of Green Lantern-less for years, and now they're really pushing all of the Lantern characters back to the forefront of the DC universe, right where they should be. Clocking in at the 4th one on the list this week is Avengers Twilight, issue number 4, featuring a beautiful cover art by Alex Ross. They've been having these matching covers focusing on different characters with each A cover. The story is fantastic. It's absolutely an Elseworlds tale set in the future where the world's gone to crap and it's taking the heroes of old to face off with the terrible people with powers of the modern day. We're also supposed to be looking into and diving into some of the secrets to the event called H-Day that set off this terrible future onto the path that it's in. So we'll see how it plays out. I'm not sure how many issues this story is going for, but I can't get enough. I want to see this universe just like expanded on, spend more time in it, or treat it with reverence and just give us this and then leave it alone and don't water it down. I don't know. I'm just really excited about it. It's like my favorite Marvel thing dropping right now. Coming in at number 5 on the list is the finale to the first of the new Golden Age miniseries. DC launched its new Golden Age about a year and a half ago now with Jeff Johns, focusing on the JSA characters, and spiraling out of that, we got 3 standalone miniseries: Wesley Dodds Sandman, Alan Scott Green Lantern, and Jay Garrett Flash. With issue 6 of Sandman this week, we see the finale to the first one of those miniseries. Not sure what we'll be doing with the Golden Age characters moving forward beyond this. We know that the Justice Society of America ongoing was actually started only for 12-issue run. Jeff Johns moving over to Ghost Machine, and so who knows what's going to happen with the Golden Age characters. So soak them up while you can. This has been a fantastic story. It takes place back in the 1940s when Wesley Dodds' formula for his gas gun was highly sought after by military people in power. They wanted the technology for themselves, and some of them wanted it for some violent warfare, and Wesley's been doing everything he can to stop it in this one. Now in the finale, he knows who it is that stole his research, and he knows what they want to do with it, but will he be able to stop them in time? Pick up issue 6 to find out. And 6 on the list is a brand new Ghost Rider. This is called Ghost Rider Final Vengeance, issue number 1. It has the same writer from the previous run, Benjamin Percy, but we do have a brand new artist taking over with this story arc. And we also have a brand new Ghost Rider. It's supposed to be, from what I understand, spinning out of the pages of the most recent Ghost Rider annual they did, where the villainous Hood teamed up with the Ghost Rider in that book. So I believe, it's my understanding, that the one that will be the Ghost Rider in this is not Johnny Blaze, but it'll be the Hood himself. Over the past year, we've seen a lot of cool little iterations of Ghost Rider pop up. Most cool was Sal, the World War II Ghost Rider that appeared in 3 issues of Philip Kennedy Johnson's Hulk. But that's not him in this one. The Hood is going to be Ghost Rider, because that's what all Ghost Rider fans want, the Hood to be Ghost Rider. Makes sense, Marvel. Thanks. Next up on the list, we have a brand new Suicide Squad miniseries called Dream Team. This is slated for only 4 issues, and more than a Suicide Squad title, it's really a follow-up with Dreamer, who appeared in the Lazarus Planet run, then Superman, and now the fallout from her appearances in there is Amanda Waller is using her as a puppet. Wants to use Dream's precog abilities to see the future to set some of the chess pieces in their proper places before absolute power drops this summer. So I'm not sure how much of the whole Suicide Squad team this is going to be, but we have the Clock King on here. We have Black Alice on here, Harley, Bizarro, Dreamer, and Deadeye. So we'll see. It should be pretty fun. I haven't really found a Suicide Squad book that wasn't pretty fun. I like hodgepodge teams, and this is definitely one. So I'm excited to see what they do with it. Hoping for the best, and we'll see where it goes beyond this. So Amanda Waller's really been built up heavily over the past couple of years. She's everywhere. Green Arrow, Titans, this, and we know she's the one behind the massive summer event coming for DC Comics. So if you're looking forward to Absolute Power, you might absolutely want to check this one out as well. Number 8 on the list, man, I can't wait for this one. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers The Return, issue number 2, written by the Pink Ranger herself, Amy Jo Johnson. This is a standalone universe story. Inside of this, all that really came before it, continuity-wise, is the TV show. And then you have this story. In this story, Tommy Oliver is no longer with us. Trini Kwan is no longer with us. Billy, Zach, and Kimberly are trying to make the best of the relationship status that they have as friends left over. Kimberly's just wanting to be a recluse and leave it all behind. Jason, the Red Ranger, is out secretly using his powers to do good, but it looks like something else has accessed the morphing grid, and they can't get a hold of Jason. And they're worried about him. They came to Kimberly asking if she wanted to help out, and she kind of didn't. She just wants to go back to her cabin in the woods to be a recluse. And while there, a knock on her cabin happened, and she opened the door, and it's none other than Trini's daughter with Trini's morpher saying, "You're going to train me to be like my mom." And it was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. It really felt like a story that Amy Jo Johnson has had in her for a while that wanted to get out. Whether that's true or not, obviously, I don't know, but that's really what it felt like with these group of people, not just in the story, but in real life, knowing each other for so many years and having this common bond over Power Rangers. And that's how the characters in the book are portrayed as well. It just was fantastic. I'm a lifelong Power Ranger fan, diehard Power Ranger fan, and this checked off every single box for me. Cannot recommend this enough for Power Ranger fans out there, and you don't need any other context other than just having been familiar with the show, having seen the show, enjoyed the show at any part in your life. This will hit for you. Next up, we're trying this again, King Kong the Great War, issue number 5, the final issue of this fantastic miniseries from Dynamite Comics, takes place back in World War II. U-boat crashes on Skull Island, and then it's just a battle for survival. We're down to the last few members of the team, with the captain of the U-boat being stalked by none other than King Kong himself. Joe DeVito has done a fantastic run of C covers on this one. I picked up all of those so far, and hopefully, I hate to see this go, but hopefully it'll release. This book has been plagued with delays, and it's been great, though. It's been so fun. It's been so fun. If you're a fan of the MonsterVerse stuff, there's typically always fantastic MonsterVerse stuff out there. We got like 3 Godzilla different titles happening right now. The Best of, the Versus series, War for Humanity. You got this Kong title. The Legendary comic stuff has Godzilla, King Kong, New Empire, The Hunted, which is a prequel, an officially licensed prequel to the upcoming film that will be, it went to print last week. So I got the digital PDF for it. It was a fantastic read. So if you're a fan of expanding on movie properties with comic books, be on the lookout for that as well. Next up and last on the list, Zack Snyder's Rebel Moon, House of the Blood Axe, issue number 3. What is this? It's the official prequel to the Rebel Moon sci-fi epic that released on Netflix. I'm a fan. I enjoyed it. I had fun with it. I know it was split a lot of people along the way, but it felt like true sci-fi opera level stuff. And I had a blast with it. I wanted more of it. And like I said earlier, I enjoy taking these movie properties and diving back into them in comics. Guilty pleasure. Not sure who did the cover on this one. Daniel Warren Johnson graced us with his awesomeness on issue number 2. But there's that cover. It's not Daniel Warren Johnson, but there it is. That's what we get. That's going to round off the 10th one on my list for this week. So I appreciate everybody watching. Leave me a comment. Let me know, is there anything on this list that you're picking up? What are you most excited for this week's new comic book day? And be sure to check out the channel every Tuesday for the new DC Day live stream, and every Sunday night at 8:30 for At Weeks In. I do a spoiler-filled look back at the week in comics, news, movies, shows, all that. And come by, stop by, jump in on the discussion with the rest of us. And until next time, as always, I'm Mark, but we are Legion.